Now, this lecture looks like you are learning archery. Train your eye. It is actually very important because this helps you develop strategy. The reason I'm talking about this is one of my favorite quotes. The quote goes like this: the first man gets the oyster, the second man gets the shell. What does it mean? Let's say there is a fancy new trend. Okay, the first man who kind of like follows that trend and reaches the end, they get the best and most reward. And then they tell others, ooh, look at me, I got so much reward. Then, because of listening to that person's reward, someone else goes at the same place. They get a good reward, but less than the previous person. Then the second person also says, ooh, I followed the first person's advice. I went here, I got a lot of reward. Then a third person comes, he also gets reward a bit less. What happens if you exceed, let's say, more than 100 people? Okay, and on that path, which now has become popular, after that time, there is no reward there. Okay, but there is a lot of people going that path. So this is what I mean by strategy. You have to be either first or you have to be a bit different. Now this quote is not by someone who was unsuccessful. So Andrew Carnegie, if you kind of like find his net worth in today's dollars, it will be more than 220 billion dollars. So more than current Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, or Bill Gates. So huge businessman, and it is a very interesting point made here. So first man gets the oyster. So here it's very true for career of data science. Okay, in career of data science, if we take a look at demand versus supply, supply is definitely increasing, demand is increasing a bit slowly. Okay, now there are two possibilities. Okay, the possibility is you kind of like just go there as is, you are not very good, then you will probably just get the shell, not a oyster. But if you are amongst the top skilled in the supply, then you will still get the oyster. So the aim should always be good. If you are there, it won't matter which path you are taking. Aim is always been good. So this I want to say as a warning sign. Many people who are doing data science courses, they think that just because I have a data science certification, I'll get a job. No, you will get a job when you have a good knowledge in data science. Maybe some time back, people who had less knowledge, they got job, but they got the job because they were the first, not because they were the best. Now we have to be amongst the best to get the oyster. So this is kind of like a very interesting thing, and the reason is uh, internet. Okay, let me take an example. So because of internet, what has happened is anyone who is following a wrong path, I have seen they go through this 5 stages of grief. Okay, let's say you are learning something and you are doing some projects. So knowledge is important and projects are important. Everyone knows that. But what is kind of like missing is deep knowledge is important and useful projects are important, not copy paste. Many times on LinkedIn, I see people doing the projects which are just copy paste. Okay, they are in denial. They think that, oh, I'm making OCR, or I'm making invisibility clock, or I'm making something, hand gesture detection or something. These are really common projects. They think they are adding value to their own profile by doing such projects, but in reality, they are not adding any value. They are in denial. So after let's say 5 6 months of doing this, they'll go to second stage, anger. I am doing so much efforts. I'm putting so many posts on LinkedIn. I'm sending so many resumes. I'm applying for so many things. Why am I not getting anything? It's these people. They are at fault. I'm a knowledgeable person, but no one is valuing me. Anger. Then, after a few months of anger, they'll be like, okay, I'm skilled. Please hire me. I'm skilled. Please hire me. So, bargaining. And then, depression. Nothing I do works. This field is useless. All the certifications are useless. Nothing ever works for me. Depression. And then finally, acceptance. Data science as a field is not for me. I have seen many people go through these 5 stages, and the reason they went through these 5 stages was they took the wrong path. They took the path of being not good, or they took the path of just because someone is going to data science, they went into data science. So if you take the right path, you will have rewards. So hopefully this kind of like gives you a direction about how to think about how to learn and also how to showcase. Talking about how to showcase, I wanna talk about one of the amazing viral things which I noticed. This is a Hindi serial. So we have In-Laws, huge drama of In-Laws, and these were extremely popular TV series which were kind of like popular in India. Okay, so here there's this person who has been making YouTube videos. He's a singer and a musician, and he has been making such videos since 2 3 years. So as you can see, is that person very skilled? Yes. Is he Hans Zimmer or A.R. Rahman? No. But to take a look at the subscribers, if you scroll down, 2 million subscribers, 54 million views, simply because of how content was viral. Knowledge is not the only thing. Also, how interesting that knowledge is, how interesting your resume is, how interesting your project is. This is also one factor. So there was another GitHub link which was on the similar trends. On GitHub, there is this thing called as Boss Sensor. This project is a simple image recognition project done in 2016, and the aim of the project is face recognition sensor is constantly going on. Whenever boss is walking at your desk, this will this program will detect boss is coming to you. Then this program will automatically hide all the non-work related stuff, so that whenever boss comes and looks at your screen, it will look like you are always working. Okay, here, how difficult it is to implement this? Not much. But take a look at this. 5,000 stars on GitHub. Okay, let's take a look at scikit-learn GitHub repository. A repository which has been present since 2007. One of the most popular repositories for machine learning. This has 42,000 stars, and this has 5,000 stars. 1/10 of popularity of a library which is contributing to entire machine learning field. So this not so difficult program got so much visibility. Why? Because of how interesting it was. So thinking about career, there is a thing about being first. There is another thing about being the best. And there is third pillar, which is being interesting. Have a intersection of these things, and then your career will be a guaranteed good career.